Okay, today I'm going to explain there are two parts for you. The first one, quantifiers, and the second one, indefinite articles. When we are dealing with indefinite articles, the previous meetings I already explained to you that indefinite article, there are two types of articles. The first one is indefinite and the second one is definite article. Definite article, the indefinite articles a or and. We are going to see one by one when we are going to use a and when we are going to use and then we are going to see some quantifiers. I have provided 8 quantifiers for you. We're going to see one by one. Now take a look at the first stage. Okay, so this one is indefinite articles. When we are dealing with the indefinite article, in our minds there will be two. So the first one, we have to see this one, indefinite articles. There is a and the second one is n. When we are looking at this one, okay, so the first one, there is a and n. A is used for the consonant sound, n is used for the vowel sounds. Vowel sounds is the sound of a, e, o, and r. Okay, or a. Now there is a new factory near my house. A new begin with the consonant sound, so that's why we do not say there is a new factory, but we say there is a new factory. I will buy a book. Book just the same, begin with the consonant, and new here again, another one again, begin with the consonant too. So that's why we just need a, and a. Indefinite articles. Now we use indefinite articles and for the vowel sounds a, e, o, a. Could you give an orange? O is the sound of a vowel, and the a, umbrella, the sound of a vowel, and then a, apple, the sound of a vowel too. So that's why we don't say could you give an orange, but we say could you give an orange. Miriam purchased an umbrella yesterday. They still shared with us, although it was just an apple. We don't say it, although it was just an apple. So the first one I have provided here. Now when we are dealing with a and n, we are dealing with the type. We are not dealing with the numbers. So remember, I'm going to compare this one. Dealing with the number, we can see this one. I have table, the simple table that I have made this one, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 oranges. I say to you, pick one orange for me. Means just one. Why I do not use n? Because we have the same types of fruit. We have the same character of fruit here. Orange, 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 orange. So that's why there are 6 oranges here. So I just need one orange. So I do not say pick an orange for me, because it is orange, all oranges here. So it is quite absurd if I say pick an orange for me. But situation will be different when we are dealing with this one. There are 4 types of fruits: mango, orange, watermelon, and then banana. So when we get this one, there are 4 types of fruits, different: orange, mango, watermelon, and banana. So that's why for this one I said n or a for the consonant sound, but since I choose orange, so that's why I use n. I say take me an orange. I do not say take me one orange, because there is only one orange here, except in this situation. But this one, only one orange, it is clear. So that's why I said take me an orange. So that's why indefinite article do not emphasize the numbers, but indefinite article emphasizes the types, not the number. Okay, now let's see the other one again. Okay, now we are learning about the quantifiers. I have provided 8 quantifiers here, little, few, lots of. Okay, little and few, actually they are the same. Okay, so they are the same, but little is used by the uncountable nouns and few used by the countable noun. So if I say I have little water in the glass, I shortcut to say there is a few, or there is few water in the glass, because water is uncountable, so that's why I must use little. But for something which is countable, remember the meanings, small, I say I have got a few lemons. I have got few lemons. Okay, without this one, no problem. I've got few lemons. So this few actually with the same with small, but little. Little is used for uncountable. So for countable we use few, not little. And lots of, lot of, they're just the same, just different slightly. Lots of is lesser than a lot of. The grammarian said much and many. Much is used for uncountable, many is used for countable, and any used for both, some used for both. But when we are dealing with this one, so that we have to remember there is a lot of this. You can see the example here I have made for you. Now when we are dealing with the quantifiers, we have to know that quantifier, when we put them inside the sentences, they could change themselves according to the noun. When they modify a noun, when they explain more about the noun, we call that as determiner or determiners. When they become the nouns themselves, we call it as a noun because they have become pronouns. Take a look for this example. Quantifiers as a determiner. I say I have some apples in my basket. Some here, quantifier, a quantifier which become a determiner. Okay, so quantifier which become a determiner. So we use some apple. I could say I have apples in my basket, but now I want to emphasize, I want to explain more, so that's why I use a quantifier which is some here, and after that this sum quantifier which become a determiner, so that's why I have some apples in my basket. So by putting a quantifier here as a determiner, we can see the clear meaning of this context. So I don't have many apples, I don't have few apples, I have some apples. So that is the fixed standard of the apple that I have got. But in this one, the quantifier could become a noun or the pronoun in this case when it replaces the position of the main noun themselves or itself. For example, this is commonly used in a conversation usually. Annie asked me, do you have apples? I could answer, yes I do. There are some. I do not need to say anymore. There are some apples. Now, so this sum is a quantifier, but the role of this sum is not as a determiner anymore. The role of this sum has become a pronoun because it replaces, not modify, but it replaces the apple. So I do not need to rewrite apples anymore or say apples anymore. It's just enough for me to say yes I do, there are some. Okay, that's it. And after that we see the other. Now how much and how many. So we learn about this one. As I have explained to you, much and many. Okay, much is used by uncountable, many is used by countable. Now let's see what we have got here. Okay, we get this one, how much, just remember, and then how many. How much, it is for the questions, uncountable nouns. Many or how many used by the questions and uncountable nouns. For example, sugar is uncountable, so that's why we say how much. The cost or how much something costs means we are dealing with the money. Absolutely, we will use much, not how many does the apple cost, but it's supposed to be how much does the apple cost and how much information. Remember, information is an uncountable noun. If you want to count it, you say a piece of information. And then how many eggs, absolutely eggs is countable nouns. And then how many jars, even though we have got the sugar here, but the focus is on the jars, so that's why we say how many jars of sugar. How many friends, Everybody knows whatever you are, friends, is always countable. Okay, now let's see here. Okay, for example, I've provided this one. Imagine if you don't have this one in the context first. So there's a question saying blah blah blah. Coins have you got? Or blank water did you drink? Okay, so we have to see this one. We have to see the subject before we answer such question. We have to see the subject. Coins countable. So that's why we use how many, not how much, because coin is uncountable. So that's why we say how many coins have you got. But water, the water here, water is uncountable, so it is impossible for us to use how many. We have to use how much water, because water is uncountable. Okay, now let's see the other ones. Okay, now we have got too many, too much, and not enough. Okay, now let me emphasize first, when we are dealing with the word too many, switch slightly. Okay, so two actually is beyond the normal, so this is normal. Okay, this is normal or common. When we're dealing with this one, 2 means at top, the position is at top. Imagine I need, for example, I need 2, but somebody gave me 7. I need 2 apples, but someone gave me 7. Now we have got 5 extra. So that's why for this one I could say I have too many apples, or I have got too many apples. I would like to share with you, because the condition here is 2. Now when we go back to this one again, too many, it is per countable, lemons countable. So there are too many lemons for me. The condition here, I just need some lemon, but people or somebody gave me many or a lot, so that's why I said I have too many lemons for me. I will share with you. This is the indication. Okay, another too much for uncountable, sugar. She added too much sugar into the tea. Actually the tea just need maybe 1 or 3 spoons, okay, maybe just some sugar, but since we don't know, maybe put 1 kilo or 2 kilos of sugar, so that's why the amount of the sugar in the tea is really abundant. And then enough, we learn about this one, enough or not enough. So enough here means just perfect. I need 5, I get 5. I need 2, I get 2. That is the content, or that is the concept of enough. I think I have enough money for my need this month. Okay, this month, for example, there are 30 days within the month, and after that I have enough money. So from day 1 until day 30, the first day until the 30th day, I will not won't be out of money, so my money is just sufficient. So that's why we say that I have enough money for my need this month. Okay, but not enough here means it is below your expectation. You expect 2, but you just get 1. You expect 5, you just get 3. Absolutely, that is not enough. Okay, and remember, enough and not enough, they could be used for both countable and uncountable. So that's why there is not enough salt for the soup. Not enough salt. So that's why this is indication. Could you help me to buy some packets? There is always another information to explain the concept. So that's why I say, when you are dealing with the sentence, when you're dealing with the information, try to present the clearest information. If you just get there are too many lemons for me, full stop, nothing added, absolutely, you will get the meaning, but it will miss the concept. There is no beauty in that sentence. So that's why you have to make your sentence clear as possible. Okay, for example here, so I have explained to you, enough means just perfect, not enough means doesn't meet my expectation, doesn't meet my need. I need 5, I get 2, so that's why still like 3. And this not enough or enough could be paired with either be, is, are, was, were, and after that could be paired with the another auxiliary verb, means the active with do and does. or maybe haven't or something else is. Okay, now let's see this one. Okay, so the first one, there is an adjective. In the previous one, which I have explained to you, that is about enough with the noun, now enough with the adjective. Okay, there is not, which is positive and negative here, and this one is, which is positive. Okay, let's see one by one. We get this kind of information. Adjective, enough, less, but okay. And after that, the usage here, less, okay, but okay. This food is simple, but it is delicious enough to eat. The food is simple, but that's okay. We can take it, we can eat it. So that's how we said this food is simple, but it is delicious enough. Remember, when enough appears with the adjective, it is not before the adjective, but it is after the adjective. So we do not say this food is simple, but it is enough delicious to eat. No, delicious is an adjective, so according to the rule, that enough must go after the adjective. We have practiced making the cake, so we are ready enough, not we are enough ready for the competition. And then there is less here, which is not. The show is not good enough, it is boring, so this is the indication. The extra information will explain the situation, so that's why there is a statement there saying the show is not good enough. And after that, it wasn't wise enough to skip your meal. Okay, so this is another indication which shows or which makes the information clear. It wasn't wise enough. We never say it wasn't enough wise. Remember the rule of enough. When it pairs with the noun, it comes before the noun or in front of the noun, but when it deals with the adjective, it comes after the adjective. That's it. For example, when we say she is pretty, this one is the simplest sentence. Now I add with enough. I'm sorry, I'm not satisfied enough. I could say she's pretty enough and full stop here, but I think that is too simple, so that's why I put another information to make that as clear as possible. She is pretty enough for the competition, because when we state enough here, I think it's not wise with your sentence if it just stops there. For example, she is pretty enough. Why we say she is pretty enough? Absolutely, there must be another information that we should add, so to make the context clear. So that's why we can say that she's pretty enough. Oh yeah, we get it now. She's pretty enough for the competition. Okay, so that's it. And then I would like to say thank you. See you again.